Thank you for your patience. My elf doesn't work, you know how it goes. So tonight we're going to look at making your own printable discs with menus on. Like we've done lots of magazine cover discs on streams, and some people, mostly people, but a few other people love how you make your own, how you get Amiga DOS to make your own discs. Put games on there, whatever you want. It's not just games, you can do music, make your own music, art, slideshows, you like. For this example, I have made this first PD games on there, like Assassin's, say it quietly, Assassin's discs, and things like that. The basic menu, you select the game that loads. So if you want to make a menu, that just boots up and press the function key and loads the game. So we'll just go through kind of the process. You need to get that to work from scratch. So ideally, if you're making this list, you have to be using an Amiga with a hard drive. You don't want to workbench really, because you can do, but it's a bit laborious. So if you've got like directory owners, other file modes are available. You can format disks from here, you can copy files, you can find out the file size, and things like that. So I'll be using this for this example. So the first thing you want to do is the very first thing you want to do is actually get a floppy disk that works. That's very fundamental the whole process. So well, that doesn't work, but we can pretend that that's fine. So I've actually created this. Let's put in one of these disks. I've got what's on here. I hope it's something like too obscene. I just realised that could be a problem. Oh no, it's empty. That's a relief. I did worry then. Right, so we're used to the off that. So we've got a blank disk. The very first thing you want to do is this way formatters, so we can skip that. That's fine. You need to put a boot block on it so the disk actually boots. So the way you like, if you don't have boot block, it won't work. It won't load. You can move workbench, you can't boot it. So the boot block is what makes disks tick. Any floppy disk you use ever will rely on that to boot. So you see here, it says this is not bootable. Then get installed. And all install does is put a boot block on there. So if you boot this now, I'm not going to reset it, like what happened last time. Here, half an hour ago it worked. It'll just boot to an empty Amiga DOS screen. So you know it'll work. It should maybe use it, depends on what machine you're making it for. This is obviously 600, got 3.1 on it. If you want to make a disk for like a bog standard 500, like 1.3 OS, do not tick that button, because it won't then boot the disk. By default, you've got H40K on a disk, or thereabouts. Fast systems use an extra 40K, but only OS2 it'll work. It won't work otherwise. So FFS will stand for something else. You try to do that, you try to boot it, doesn't work, so don't do that. So yeah, you've got to boot the disk. The next thing you really want to do is you need to put some really fundamental system files on. So as you know, you probably know a lot of startup sequels on Amiga that boots the hard drive or boots floppies. You absolutely need that as a minimum. So you need the S directory for startup sequence, and you need C and libs, so you've got really basic amount of libraries and commands that you're going to use. So what we're going to do here is we're going to go through my card and we're going to take some files off that we know we need. So like startup sequence. So if we actually swap this around, so we know we've got this we can write to. I've got a disk I made already, but Blueprint style made this earlier. So I've got all the files in there.
You did it. It's possible. It's just
make that load. This is quite full. So we've got a whole load of games on there, but first thing we need, I've got this demand list on that. We've got the S, draw a startup sequence. So the very first thing I want to do is copy that across. You can edit that file where you like. So it's just as long as that's there, you can open it to suit what you want to do. Then we've got next thing we want to do. This is the menu system we're using. Now this menu system is called Get Set Go, which a lot of magazine discs use. You can actually boot that up now. If you run that, it will come up with the whole system like this. So if you run the program without any menu files, it will just give you this. That's what the menu program looks like. And it uses a scripting system, so you can edit the title, like the scroll text, and what the function keys do. And then each function key will give you a script, so you can run that and do programs where you want objects. Yeah. So we'll get down that. That's this stuff doing that one. Just shows you the system, sort of demonstration of it. And when we've done that, well, we'll copy that first actually. Let's do that first. Let's open the error, shall we? So we'll put that across. And it uses a script file, which I'll call menu, to the original. I lit this to make it hard cover this. So this uses its own scripting format. So you've got what colours it uses, you have the menu titles, the menu text, you've got the scroll text at the bottom, so you can edit that how you want it to be. There is a document file with the program, which I haven't got with you, but it does give you the ins and outs of what each thing does. So you've got like the colour menus, so things like the sort of RGB text display, so you've got red, green, blue, that's all X, that'd be white, that kind of thing. If you change that to very accessible values of palettes, then you change how it's funky you like. And you've got things like copper mode. I don't even the copper effects, so you don't really have to worry about that too much. You want to change the colours of it, red, green, blue, whatever, you want to do that. Just not that forward. The one we've got is red. But yeah, we've got the banner text, so this will be at the top of the screen. So obviously we've got our video library now, which I don't tell you more about, but that's what we're doing. We've got a little scroll text, which will appear at the bottom of the screen. And these things here will be the games we've got on disk. So we pick the games on disk. I've written the names down already, and document files as well. So I'll go through what we've got and how we've got them on editing it. Yeah, so this is how the menu script files works. And then we've got all the games, then we've got the commands that, so function 3 is F3, that'll move that command up and this run. So this is how it will look. If I run that again, and I put in menu, it should run menu off the disk. And that's how it looks on the disk. So that turns that text file into this menu system. So that's fairly straightforward. You just take one that exists and change that to your needs. That's the best way to do that, really. So that's how it'll look when it's finished. What we actually need to do is get the games onto the disk. It's very fundamental. So you can see we've got 6 games here. And if you've got like a lot of old magazine discs or PD compilations, or like me, you've got a hard drive full of PD games because I stream lots of them. I need to find as I can. You can kind of, yeah, you just copy, you check the sizes, you can copy them on, just copy to disk, just copy them on, make sure you've got all the right files that need. So a lot of these standalone. So we've got at least 4 of these games actually standalone files. So that's just the GSQ will make this runs. That's fantastic. No need to worry about anything else. It might fail if the disk is a bit knackered, but yeah, it doesn't really matter too much for this. But yeah, just copy these files across. We'll copy that to show you how it works. These are basically files, so you can run them like the DOS commands. That'll boot them up. So, not as a workbench. You've got the info files, which are icons. But you haven't got them, you actually run from the shell or something. So you basically do that, but menu form. So we've got these games here. We've got another game here called Magman, which is it's got its own folder. So it's obviously got its own files as well. So obviously we copy the game across. So that's what help. That's what it's something, isn't it? It's got its own files. So it's got loads of stand files, document files in it. So you make sure they're all copied across. That's how it goes last time. If you miss any of these, the game will fail to load. So sometimes it's best to put it in its own directory, so they're all in one place, and you've got this, so it's all organised nicely. So that's basically what you do. So if I put this disk in, I'll then copy these across to this disk. So you haven't got any 40K to play with at the moment, so it's not a lot of space really when you think about it, is it? It's quite minimal. You have to be quite careful in terms of space. You're quite comfortable about it. So I copy these files across.
Do you need a menu script file as well?
Yeah, so we've got the menu file on the disk, so that's just a text file, and we've got the program to run it and the actual script itself. So you launch them both at the same time. So wait for that to copy across. Yeah, slow copy disks are sometimes. You're not used to using them. It's taking quite frustrating.
Do you have like regular
But of course, you see the disk capacity there sort of slowly shrink, so that's kind of what you've got to watch out for. Try to get as much as you can on for it, you run out basically. That's Nigel's disk. That's Nigel's disk, not mine. That's fine.
We have a bad disk.
Look at this, yeah.
You're the expert on bad discs, not that. You squeeze them.
I know, right?
Yeah, it's a successful video, is it? Or sorry.
He'll do a lot of the night.
Yeah, that's right this morning.
Oh, cool.
Everything worked fine this morning.
Do you want a disc?
We've got another one.
There is another one there.
We've got another one. With the excellent track record we have these discs, it should be fine. I hate my discs so much. I feel like go text, not really. They're much easier.
That's true.
Yeah, that's absolutely. I think the technical term is buggers. God's sake. Right, okay, I'm gonna take this out of this cancel then, I think.
Try the other one.
Yeah. We'll try the other one. It's not even me. Right, we'll put the other disc in. I'm not doing that again. I can't now get to work. Is it actually called empty as well, that was? Oh, it is as well, so it's probably not that distance thing. That's going to be confusing, I think. At least we got it out of that, that little sulk, so that's the main thing. Right, let's refresh this. So we've got some games across there already, so we'll copy the execution files. So we've got a startup sequence. Some file plan missing. So basically, we can boot the disk now pretty much. There's a menu on here as well. We can boot the disk up, and it'll just it will boot. You couldn't be able to do very much, but it will actually boot. Put that one back in. So you have to be careful with the game files, because obviously some games just one file only. So you can see by the bytes, so 144K, for example. You can't know how much that's going to take up. Then you've got a different game that has lots of different files. You can do things like in Opus, you can check the fits. You check fit quite the sizes that will tell you if it fits or not. That's actually really handy function to have. I think the key with this is getting as much as you can on the disk and being creative with the space you have. So that's always challenging people have, is to try and get lots and lots on and make sure there's very little unused space there. So it's mostly scale. So I've got quite full. But also, as well as just the games, as well as the menu, as well as even just the start sheets, you need things like libraries. So some programs need certain libraries like MathSounds library or PowerPack library, which is crunching the files. Some use fonts, so you've got a set of fonts folder and you've got that disk font library for it to work, so they take space as well. You've got to kind of remember the support files needed. If I want, this won't function at all. And then you've got the C drive, C folder, C drive, Windows, isn't it? which had lots of commands in, like assign and this is absolutely. That's how, yeah, isn't better discs. That's my tip to you all actually. But yeah, things like assign or running or like reading documents, like people which is Power Packer controls can use that to run documents. So yeah, just look at the menu. We'll look at the menu bar again. So now we've got, you've seen all these files on the disk. So say it's my Lantron, that's F1. That'll appear in the menu as F1. Just press that and it will load Lantron. And that then looks at this menu function 1. This is Lantron. So that'll just load that file up. And that'll be it. That's all it does. So that's nice and simple. So each F key has its own, almost like a little script of its own. And obviously this is quite simple because you don't go to one game up. So you don't have to worry about it. You just load the game and it runs. If it's got a separate folder, you've got CD which changes the directory to that directory. So CD mode man, it'll look at that folder for the files. So if you don't do that, it will look at the main folder just fall over. So CD command, it's built into OS 3.1, but 1.3 it isn't, it's a separate file. But you do that, it'll change the current directory. And it will look in that directory. So if you run the file, man, it will then look in that folder for the rest of the files. Otherwise, if you /man, it'll just load to the main directory and that won't find it. And then you've got document files. Sort of cubic dots. That'll load a document file, you can read the document. When you've done that, it'll run the menu again, collect the menu. So that's fairly straightforward. I mean, loads of these sort of menu files about. You just literally edit. If you have one of these files, you can edit the file, edit the words. So you've got your own text, then you can, how this is composed, you make sure you have the right commands in place. Basically, it's own little shell script for each one. It's automated. It's really good. So if I quick that out, so we've got 36K left in this disk. So we've filled it up. We've got 6 games in here. Got some document files. And got lots of support files like the commands, libraries, startup sequence. When that's done, it took me like 4 or 5 goes last night, so I forgot how to get to work, but I'll know how to do it now. Well, this works anyway. But you can actually reset the machine and it will just boot. So as long as you've got So we've got the disk here, so that's boosted OFS, that's boosted file system, so that's got people up installed, so that's all fine. Errors 1, that's really showing. That's helpful. So yeah, you basically pull out a disk, it's called a boot block. Make sure you've got a startup sequence. So in this case, I'll show you what is on here. Put it in RAM rather than on disk. That's why you do that. There's text files, standard text file. So you have to make the directory for this one for some reason. You put a T direction in RAM. Assign that to something like the disk. Then you run the menu, and that just loads up. So startup sequence, 3 lines there. Sometimes you get a 1 line. And just work, it'll just load, and that'll be it. So that's absolutely key. Startup sequence. You have to run assigns. So what system you use really. You can also go straight to Workbench if you want to do it that way. So you've got load WB, NCLI, and that's just load the Workbench up, and you can go through like with the Workbench disk. So you can do that. There are other things you can do, like you do it for MegaDOS, so you can like say, oh, you'll write little scripts with numbers, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and put some text on the screen saying, oh, press 1 for this game, 2 for that game, and just type that and all those automatically. So there are loads of different ways to make your own menus. Some are more efficient on space than others. They've got like static disks to write their own little menus and their own little music and things to make up more space. But if you can program, that'd be quite a nice thing to do as well. That looks quite flashy. If you can't, then there's loads of menu programs. This is quite an efficient one. So if you they're almost there at reset now, so I fail, but so now we've set the disk, now we've got the startup sequence, we've got the boot block, we've got all our files on here. Here we go. I know. I'm going to regret this. I'm going to regret this so much. So that will now load in the right And then you load it, so that is a bit of a relief. We got that far. So that's like got the text file we had earlier, the script file we created, all amended with what we've got on the disk. And you press the function here, or you click this on the mouse, think all about it. And it will then, assuming there's no errors, it will then load the design game. So we've got to play. I see those Tetris games like a lifetime down, as you well know. So, oh god, this was mastermind card game Tetris. Yeah. He punches, that's fine. So that's actually loaded. There you go. Oh, Christ, that's loud. There you go, it works.
It only gets louder when I jump.
It does, and it also gets more flashy, so we're not going to play it, so I might give people a seizure. I don't really want to do that. They've got epilepsy and look away now. But yeah, it then just loads. So I've got 6 games on there, you can put whatever games you want on there, you know, as long as it's fixing the floppy disk. If you're doing a compilation disk, I recommend make sure you've got fit 2 games on there. Otherwise, it's completely pointless.
Is there a way to load from the menu to another disk?
Yes, you can do that. You just have to, when you use the menu item, you have to refer to that disk when you're loading the game up. It'll then ask you a certain disk or pattern. So you can actually do that. You can actually do 2 disks if you want.
Because you'd have more space, right?
Yeah, that is a thing you can do. It's probably a bit messy when you start doing multiple disks, but it is something that can work.
Can be done.
Because then you have disk 2 without any system files on, just the game files, so you've got more space to play with. So you can do it that way as well. That's really loud. I'm going to reset it. Sorry. But that does work. So that's relief. So yeah, it's literally a matter of getting your game files, putting all the relevant files on the disk, set up the directory, makes it easier. Because sometimes it effectively it's easy to follow what you've got on there. If a game has separate fonts or separate library files, then make sure they all copy across. If not, it'll fail. But a document file will do that anyway. But you also bear that in mind when you look at this space, you think how much you got left. You need to bear that in mind that you need always files for its function to start with. So, X of 40k gets eaten up very, very quickly. Even X of 80k gets eaten up very quickly. So, it's quite challenging. And you also got things like Power Packer and things like that. You can crunch files. So you can save space that way potentially if you've got that executable file. You might do Power Packer or Stone Tracker is a good one as well. It'll crunch it as small as it can. And it'll still run. So just fact memories before it loads. But that will save space as well. So you can be quite creative with this space. You can put the icons if you want, the document files, and make sure you've got as much as you can for actual games. You've got really document files. So I've done it the way it'll load the file up. In a text reader. So you got this is the Power Packer one.
Too good to be true.
Too good to be true. I was on a roll there, wasn't I? It worked, and then it.
What happened was,
yeah, it's all off now. Let's try the other one. It works earlier. It's fine this morning. Guys, this is so fragile. Yeah. You get the idea though, right? It loads the text file. When you finish that, you close it and load the menu back up again. So you can have several lines of the script, and it'll doesn't just stop there and do what you want with it. It's like if you had a disc full of, so I'm saying, John wants to put his pictures on this, but with the renders that he does. You can even make that into a little slideshow. You can load one at a time. You've got an image here. You can wait for a mouse button press, or it'll load the next one in. Or you can make your own music files or something. You've got a music file there, a menu full of modules to load. So lots of potential. You don't want to program, you can't program. You want something to fashion. A program like that is really, really useful because it does it all for you. You see your script file, add the text, add the options, and it'll just do the rest for you. So that's really a really convenient, alternative, and also it's quite light on disk space as well. So you can't put disk space for stuff you want. So yeah, you can do games, you can do demos. Not demos so much; they're quite big, aren't they? But certain things like music modules or picture files or utilities, and you can download one disk. Like issue between those pieces, some libraries like Assassins, back in the day or whatever, and they can do exactly that. You know, just put 3 or 4 games of this, crunch the files as much as they can, put a little menu on it, and it just works most of the time. So what's the few times they fail? But yeah, that's how this is quite good back in the day. So obviously, you probably want to got 3 or 4 games on there, it's all one space. No, Mac just did that quite a lot. That's how they work. So that's a basic overview of how the system works. Obviously, discs work probably have been a bit more effective to show that. But you know, probably this is quite fragile, so it's not surprised really it failed. But yeah, the whole effort tonight only, that'll be fine. Let you all after that. But yeah, it's a bit of a shame we didn't go much over. I can't show you the rest of it, but I hope that gives you a bit of an idea. It's quite simple, really. If you use like directory openers for different values, it's quite straightforward. As long as you've got a source of programs you want to use, like this, your hard drive or whatever. Yeah, you can just copy it across and whatever combination you like, as long as you've got enough disk space, you'll be quite creative with it, I think. So, what I will do, I've got a disk image of this. I might put this on the group in the file section. Yeah. And what I'll also do is put a few others on there that have different menu systems. So, yeah, you've got one that uses Amiga DOS commands or one that uses Workbench, and I'll show you how each one works. You can take it apart and just see what files do. So it's a kind of as a way of seeing, like you can go into the disk, change things, see what happens, that kind of thing. You can base make your own stuff if you want. So I've got a Discord as well. We've got on the Facebook group, and you can't leave it yourself. It might be better that way. You say, right, I'll just line this go as this is working. Like, I'll try to do this, not work. So yeah, unfortunately, it's not very effective. It's just got straight. But hopefully, that's to give you a bit of a flavour of what it's like. Anything else that wasn't clear, which is probably most of it. And you got questions, and obviously, by all means, let me know. And I'm sure either demonstrate before it falls over completely, or just go through it another time. Or I can write something up, perhaps, or you can do a stream on that or something, I don't know. Maybe just do a separate stream and chat together.
You got time for questions as well now?
Yeah, I do.
A couple of magazines I used to get back in the day.
Yeah.
I would boot up the disc to
Yeah.
CLI, and you have to manually type in what you wanted, and in the magazine it would tell you for this demo, put this, for this game, put this.
Yeah.
Why didn't they have a separate menu?
Because they're really, really lazy. It's the only problem. There's no excuse.
No,
There's no excuse. Even if you say press 1 and return.
literally anything.
Yeah. There's some discs that this don't to Amiga DOS, and the magazine will say, "Oh, type this in, do some sort of rain dance or
Literally.
sacrifice the lamb to the gods," and they won't load.
It might
Yeah, but just press a key. There's no excuse for not doing it. The only one,
lazy program.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, that's simple as that. There's no rhyme or reason. Just couldn't bother. A lot of lazy discs are better. Not the ones later on had little menus and you press a key that loads. But yeah, that's how you can do it. But yeah.
And what if you put, let's say, thinking really outside the box, let's say you had an Amiga that had a CD drive.
Yeah.
Could you write exactly the same structure to, is this as though it was a big disk? Or would it need the ability to write at any point?
Theoretically, I think you obviously lose this to write to a disk, so you have to be a bit careful with that. But you can, I mean, there are a lot of magazine discs that did something similar, had their own front end. But there's the Amiga Power disc, like the CD version, that had its own little flashy menu. It's not a bigger scale.
Yeah.
So the same philosophy will work, but you're better off probably having a menu system that can read or give you a big number of items in one go. If you're doing PD games, like Assassin, it's like 100 tanks on there. You can do that, but you probably want something more advanced. But the philosophy is exactly the same. I think the structure the same way. He's right, it's just a big disk. It's a remember that you can't write to it, and you have to bear in mind you've got large number of items, so you have to actually accommodate those on your menu. But yeah, other than that, cool. Thank you. Cool. Anything else? Since my knowledge that it's really lacking in places?
Do you have a preferred text editor for changing the menu parameters?
Yeah, I mean, there's Talk Ed, which is a bit rubbish, isn't it? In that it's bundled with Workbench. I use one called Black's Editor, which is quite a nice text editor. It's got a lot of, it's a bit more modern, say modern, I suppose. 25 years old now, but compared to Ed, which is from the 18th century, it's quite nice. But yeah, any text bar saves ASCII as any text editor at that time. It literally just do the job. Yeah, editing a text bar, that's all you need. Very comfortable for you, really. Yeah. That's a nice easy question.
Yeah.
It's another question I can answer.
That's just word work.
Don't you save it in a text file?
Yeah.
That's the thing. It doesn't say standard text, it's screwed. So that's the most important thing, just no nonsense text file. Anything else? You got a test me out? So we done. Everybody's through, so close for the time being. So I'll stick stuff in the group the weekend, so you can have a look at it yourself. And, I might write something up as well. It's easy to follow. But yeah, that's fundamentally that's how it works. So it's not too difficult really.
Well done.
Right.